I realise it's a very modern approach. There's nowhere to hide when painting in my style on a canvas this size. You either get it right or you don't. There's no hiding behind a series of vague brushstrokes, and really the bigger the canvas that I work on, the less forgiving it is. If something on here is not right, it's glaringly obvious. I suppose you could sum up my technique really as painting what the eye sees. I always liken it to a big property with fabulous views. You want big windows over those views to see as much of the vista as possible. And I paint big windows. So this painting was a lot of fun to produce. I was given permission by the race course to take my easel up to the centre of the course as often as I wanted, and the staff were extremely helpful, which makes all the difference. I've tried to make this painting not about any one particular horse. Obviously there have been some real legends that have taken to the stage at Cheltenham, but Cheltenham itself is bigger than that, and when you're there everything is dominated by Cleve Hill, so I really wanted to have Cleve Hill and show the atmosphere. And what was a great help to me is on one of the occasions I went up to Cheltenham, the fence builders were working on the fences, and I was chatting to the fence builder and he actually told me about the character and what actually goes into one of these fences. I mean, here with these white pieces of timber, I was looking to actually space them evenly, and he told me that they're all hand built and that they actually mark on the back the year that they made them. And this one here, this is the third fence from home on the new course, and he said he was just working on it and lifted up a piece of timber and had 1983 written on it. And then I thought to myself, well, imagine, you know, all the action, all the great champions this fence has seen, and that really gave me an insight and a feeling into the character, and that's what I wanted to put across about Cheltenham and what it means to me. I mean, here we have a global racing centre with a little English village behind the trees. And then we have the horses, and for me, really with the horses, it's beauty in motion. The splendour and grace of these creatures as they jump, I mean, it's, you know, that's what moves me. And so it's not any one particular race. These horses did not all compete together at any one moment. This is Cheltenham, and I'd love it as a window in my house. It's realistic, but not photographic. If you look at one of my paintings firsthand, you can see that it's handcrafted, you can see the brushstrokes, it's evidently painted in oils. And I offer what a photograph can't, which is life. My paintings are all living, breathing examples. I haven't captured a moment in time with my paintings. What I'm trying to do is actually give you a window into that world. A world where things happen as you watch. Waves lap, storms gather, horses' hooves thunder. A real feeling of atmosphere. I work from life as much as possible. I try to avoid photographs as much as I can. If you're working from photographs, you're just making life more complicated than it needs to be. Nowadays, we all liken realism to photography, and photography shouldn't be the benchmark. Reality should. When people see one of my paintings firsthand, I don't want them to tell me that it's as real as a photograph. I want them to tell me it's as real as life. I suppose this is a good example of what I was saying about inviting you into a living, breathing world. It's about the light and the atmosphere, and then further out to sea with these rocks here, you can see as the tide's going out, different swirls and eddies are created, and these sort of areas of seaweed floating up and down, being moved with the tide. And then the man here is preparing to cast the stone. His shirt is sun-kissed, the light playing across him, and the drama of the shadow. And you can feel the warmth he's feeling on his face from the sun. And then if you go further out to the lighthouse here, and this is really where you can look beyond the aesthetic if you want to. Here with this actual lighthouse, if you have a bit of background knowledge, this is South Rock Lighthouse, which is the oldest example of a windswept lighthouse in the world. It was built in 1797, and in 1972 the lantern was stolen from the top of the lighthouse. So here we have an obsolete guardian from danger, something that's man-made but that can't be trusted for guidance. And then we return to the two figures, and it's not evident whether or not the man is aware of the presence of the other figure. Again, she's stationed on a rock like the lighthouse, and where the lighthouse obviously lacks a beacon, here this figure has a crown of glowing golden hair. So what might she represent? And that's food for thought. That's the sort of thing you can take from the painting. Or, if you'd rather, here we have two people enjoying a lovely sunny day in the salty breeze.
I love dramatic panoramas. If I see something that takes my breath away, I'd love to recreate that on canvas. From the Rockies to a dramatic Russian landscape, stunning vistas, there's beauty everywhere. And that's partly why I love painting horses, because they embody such beauty and drama. If you see a thoroughbred at full gallop, it can really take your breath away. Then there are paintings that involve people. A huge advantage to my style of painting is that, as well as the aesthetic that you can take at face value, there's also layers of narrative that you can delve into. So you can just enjoy a painting as you see it, or read a little deeper. So I'd love to retell some of the great stories, moments from history, or the Bible.